Have you ever thought that something as simple as an onion sitting right there in your kitchen could be one of your most powerful allies for staying healthy and vibrant as you age? I know it might sound hard to believe, but after decades of research, scientists are discovering that this humble vegetable deserves a place on your plate every single day. Today, we're going to explore the remarkable ways raw onions can support your health after 55. We'll talk about protecting your heart, keeping your bones strong, sharpening your mind, and so much more. And I promise by the end of this conversation, you'll see onions in a whole new light. Why raw onions matter more as we age. Let me start with something that might surprise you. When we cook onions, we lose some of their most beneficial compounds. Raw onions contain powerful substances called flavonoids, especially one called quercetin, that can help fight inflammation, protect your blood vessels, and even support your brain health. Recent research from 2025 shows that quercetin acts as what scientists call a senolytic, meaning it helps clear out aging cells that can contribute to disease. Now, I understand that raw onions aren't everyone's favorite. They're pungent, sometimes they give us heartburn, and yes, they can make our breath less than fresh. But when you learn what they can do for your body, especially as the years go by, you might find yourself willing to embrace them, maybe chopped in a salad, layered on a sandwich, or mixed into fresh salsa. Number 8, protecting your heart. Let's talk about your heart first, because cardiovascular health is something we all need to prioritize as we get older. Onions are packed with compounds that work together to keep your heart strong and your blood vessels flexible. The quercetin in onions has been shown in multiple studies to lower blood pressure in people with hypertension. A particularly exciting finding from research with heart disease patients showed that those who took quercetin supplements had a dramatically lower risk of developing irregular heart rhythms after surgery, only 4% compared to 18% in the placebo group. That's a significant difference, and it suggests that the quercetin naturally found in onions could help protect your heart rhythm as well. Beyond that, onions contain sulfur compounds that help reduce inflammation in your blood vessels. This is crucial because chronic inflammation contributes to the hardening of arteries and increases your risk of heart attack and stroke. Research published in 2020 found that these compounds actually decrease the stiffness of blood vessels, helping maintain healthy circulation. If you've been told you have high cholesterol, here's something encouraging. A recent study had participants eat about 3 to 4 ounces of raw red onions daily for 8 weeks. Those in the high onion group saw significant reductions in both total cholesterol and LDL, the bad cholesterol. That's the same amount you'd get from adding raw onion to your lunch salad and maybe some to your dinner. Number 7, keeping your bones strong. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Your bones need more than just calcium and vitamin D to stay strong. They need protection from inflammation and oxidative stress, and that's exactly what onions provide. Research specifically focused on women over 50 has shown something remarkable. Women who regularly included onions in their diet had better bone density and a reduced risk of hip fractures. One study from the University of Bern found that onion consumption increased bone mineral content by more than 17% in just 4 weeks. How does this work? Onions are rich in quercetin, which protects bones from free radical damage and actually inhibits the cells that break down bone tissue. They're also high in sulfur compounds that help your body produce glutathione, a major antioxidant that prevents damage to the collagen in your bones. A recent Chinese study asked postmenopausal women to drink about 3.4 ounces of onion juice daily for 8 weeks. Not only did their levels of damaging free radicals decline, but they actually gained a bit of bone mass in those 2 months. That's impressive for such a short time period. Number 6, supporting your brain and memory. As we age, keeping our minds sharp becomes increasingly important. The good news is that the same quercetin that protects your heart and bones also protects your brain. A groundbreaking study published in 2025 followed older adults who took quercetin supplements for 40 weeks. The results were encouraging. Their reaction time improved significantly, and their cerebral blood flow, the circulation to their brains, was preserved. This matters because adequate blood flow to the brain is essential for maintaining cognitive function and preventing decline. Quercetin works through several mechanisms to protect your brain. It improves the function of blood vessels in your brain, helps clear out harmful amyloid beta proteins that accumulate with age, and reduces inflammation in brain tissue. Research has shown it can help reverse cognitive impairment and enhance memory, particularly in protecting against age-related memory decline. Think of quercetin as helping to keep your brain's highways clear and well-maintained, ensuring nutrients and oxygen can reach all the areas that keep you thinking clearly. Number 5. Nurturing your gut health. Your digestive system changes as you age, and maintaining a healthy gut becomes even more important for your overall well-being. Onions are what scientists call a prebiotic. They feed the good bacteria in your gut. Recent research from 2024 discovered something fascinating about how onions interact with our gut microbiome. When researchers studied the effects of onion extracts on gut bacteria, they found that onions significantly increased beneficial bacteria like bifidobacterium and Faecalibacterium, bacteria that are known to support digestive health and reduce inflammation throughout your body. These beneficial bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids, particularly butyrate, which is crucial for gut health. Butyrate helps maintain the integrity of your intestinal lining, reduces inflammation, and may even help protect against colon cancer. What's more, onions help your gut produce metabolites that support not just digestive health, but your immune system and even your mood. Remember that about 70% of your immune system lives in your gut, so feeding those good bacteria is one of the best things you can do for your overall health. Number 4. Managing blood sugar and weight. If you're concerned about blood sugar or trying to manage your weight, onions can be helpful allies. They're low in calories but high in fiber, which helps you feel satisfied after meals. The sulfur compounds in onions have been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, which means your body can use insulin more effectively to regulate blood sugar levels. This is particularly valuable if you have prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Several studies have demonstrated that onions can help regulate blood sugar levels and improve the body's response to insulin. A comprehensive 2024 health report on onions found that onion consumption was associated with reductions in body weight, BMI, waist circumference, and triglyceride levels. The fiber in onions helps slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing those spikes and crashes that can leave you feeling tired and hungry. Number 3. Reducing inflammation throughout your body. Chronic inflammation is at the root of so many health challenges we face as we age, from arthritis to heart disease to cognitive decline. Onions are powerful anti-inflammatory foods, largely thanks to their quercetin content. Quercetin inhibits enzymes involved in inflammatory processes and blocks inflammatory agents in your body. This means that eating raw onions regularly can provide natural, ongoing support against the kind of chronic, low-level inflammation that contributes to aging and disease. The sulfur compounds in onions also help reduce inflammation by suppressing the production of inflammatory molecules and aiding in detoxification. When your body can efficiently clear out toxins, it reduces the inflammatory burden on your systems. Number 2. Supporting your immune system and fighting illness. Your immune system needs extra support as you age, and onions deliver. A medium-sized onion provides about 20% of your daily vitamin C needs, but it's the combination of vitamin C with quercetin and other antioxidants that makes onions particularly effective at strengthening your immune defenses. Quercetin has been shown to have antimicrobial properties, helping your body fight off various bacteria and even some strains that are resistant to conventional antibiotics. This doesn't mean you should skip your doctor if you're sick, but it does mean that including raw onions in your diet can help keep your immune system in fighting shape. The antioxidants in onions also help with allergy relief by acting as natural antihistamines. They stabilize cells that release allergy-triggering chemicals, which can help reduce seasonal allergy symptoms naturally. Number 1. Protecting against cancer. While I want to be careful not to make exaggerated claims, research has shown that the compounds in onions, particularly quercetin and sulfur compounds, may help reduce the risk of certain cancers. These compounds work by neutralizing harmful free radicals, inducing the death of abnormal cells, and interfering with processes that tumors need to grow and spread. Population studies have found that people who regularly eat onions and other allium vegetables tend to have lower rates of certain cancers, particularly digestive system cancers. Choosing and using onions wisely. Not all onions are created equal when it comes to health benefits. Red onions generally contain the highest levels of quercetin and anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their color. If you can, choose red onions for the most nutritional bang for your buck. Yellow onions are also excellent, with high levels of flavonoids and sulfur compounds. White onions, while still healthy, tend to have slightly lower amounts of these beneficial compounds. How much should you eat? Research suggests that somewhere between half an onion to 1 medium onion per day provides meaningful health benefits. You don't need to eat it all at once. Spread it throughout the day by adding it to salads, sandwiches, wraps, or as a topping for fish or chicken. The key is consistency. Eating onions once in a while won't give you the sustained benefits we've been talking about. Think of it as a daily investment in your health. Important precautions. Important. Now, I need to mention some important safety considerations, especially for those of you taking certain medications. Onions have a mild blood-thinning effect, which means they can interact with anticoagulant medications like warfarin. If you're on blood thinners, talk with your doctor before significantly increasing your onion intake. Similarly, if you take diabetes medications, be aware that onions can lower blood sugar. This is generally a good thing, but it means you might need to monitor your blood sugar more closely or adjust your medication. Again, work with your healthcare provider on this. Some people find that raw onions cause digestive discomfort, bloating, gas, or heartburn. If this is you, start with small amounts and gradually increase. Eating them earlier in the day rather than close to bedtime can help prevent nighttime heartburn. And make sure you're chewing them thoroughly. This actually helps your body process them better. I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds great, but I just don't like raw onions. I understand, but I'd encourage you to experiment with different varieties and preparations. Red onions tend to be milder and slightly sweeter than yellow. Soaking sliced onions in cold water for 10 minutes can mellow their bite while retaining most of their nutrients. Try adding finely chopped raw onion too. Fresh salads with lots of other vegetables to dilute the flavor. Homemade salsas or guacamole. Sandwiches and wraps. As a topping for tacos or grilled meats. Mixed into tuna or chicken salad. Store your onions properly in a cool, dry place, not in plastic bags. This keeps them fresh and preserves their beneficial compounds. And remember, variety matters. While onions are wonderful, they should be part of a diverse diet rich in colorful fruits and vegetables. Each plant food brings its own unique set of nutrients and health benefits. A simple choice, profound impact. I hope I've convinced you that this everyday vegetable deserves a regular spot on your plate. The research is clear. Raw onions offer a remarkable array of benefits, from protecting your heart and strengthening your bones to supporting your brain and gut health. These aren't dramatic overnight transformations. They're the result of consistent, daily choices. But that's actually good news. It means you have the power, right in your own kitchen, to support your health in meaningful ways. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated protocols. Just a humble onion, eaten raw a few times a day. As you age, it's natural to feel like your body is working against you sometimes. But choices like adding raw onions to your meals are ways you can work with your body, giving it the tools it needs to stay strong, resilient, and healthy. So next time you're making lunch, grab that onion. Slice it thin, add it to your salad or sandwich, and know that you're doing something genuinely beneficial for your long-term health. Your heart, your bones, your brain, your whole body will thank you. Thank you for taking this time to learn about your health. I'd love to hear how you incorporate onions into your daily routine, so feel free to share your favorite ways to enjoy them. Here's to your health and vitality at every age.